Ben Simmons has got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They lead by 4. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Johnson. Then there's Ben Simmons. And not...
People were talking about Brooklyn being a dynasty in the making. They were loaded with talent. And for a lot of reasons, it fell apart pretty quickly. How fine is that line between success and failure in the league? Incredible.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Trendon Watford. McGuire comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Thomas checked in for Bogdanovich. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Simmons.
Get the perimeter.
Here's Aguirre. It's hauled in by the Magic. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
And, you know, they played a terrific all-around game. The effort level was there as well as the production.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was hard to imagine them being much better at the offensive end. They were so efficient in almost every aspect.
Here's Claxton. Yep, that one goes in there. Claxton's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And part of an overall effort for Kentavious going for higher percentage shots. That time working inside.
Schroeder kicks to Thomas. Just 4 to shoot. And the 3 ball is good. Thomas got 6.
This is what Thomas has to do to be most effective. Make an impact from three-point territory.
Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Caldwell Pope outside. Shoots the 3. It's hauled in by Thomas. Nets leading by 6. To the wing right side. Here's Aguirre. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And the rejection by Claxton. With the floater, and the shot goes in from Aguirre.
Well, that's something his coaches would like to see more of from Cam Thomas, making plays for others.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Back to Suggs. Pass to Howard. Suggs with the ball for the 3. That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Howard.
Oh, Jalen Suggs out here making plays, getting his guys involved.
Aguirre, a screen on Suggs. To the middle. Here's Claxton, and Claxton throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
And so it's Brooklyn, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Back right after this.
You know, for Orlando, they are hurting. What's that saying? It's always darkest before the dawn? Well, it must be in the middle of the night over there.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Brooklyn Nets.
Nobody really expected.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. Bojan Bogdanovich with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Howard is out there with Mo Wagner, and it's Carter in at the center. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner three now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Last season, the Magic retired the first jersey number in their franchise's history, that of our esteemed colleague and Hall of Famer, Shaquille O'Neal. Orlando's #1 pick back in 1992, Shaq went on to lead them to their first NBA Finals appearance in 1995. The honor is well-deserved, Kevin.
Yep, he's our teammate, isn't he, David? We love him as a guy, and we loved him as a player. Thomas inside. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
Good board.
The Magic trail by 7. BB thinking about Cam Thomas. When he gets on a roll, he is tough to stop.
Kevin, he reminds me a little bit of the microwave Vinnie Johnson back in the days of Detroit. When this guy is hot, get out of his way and let him do his thing.
Schroeder passes to Aguirre. Driving the lane. Now, here's Thomas. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 7.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Howard. The tray. Aguirre grabs the miss. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Watford, and he uses the glass on the layup. And now a 9-point Brooklyn lead.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking, jump shot, gave a little pump fake, and then off to the races.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Pass to Carter. Fires for 3. And no good that time.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it's a foul called on Mo Wagner. That'll be his second foul of the game.
All right, MP. Let's close this one out. Play smart.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Claxton. Nets passing it around. Aguirre, a screen on Suggs. Nobody near Schroeder. No good with the triple.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
The guard pair. Schroeder in Thomas. Watford out there with Aguirre. And it's Claxton in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the Nets 5. For Brooklyn, they've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Out to the wing. Claxton, a screen on Suggs. And stolen by Wagner. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Thomas covering. Claxton against Carter. Suggs. The three-pointer is right on target. And the Magic lead by 1. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for Orlando.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
He can't get it to go. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And another turnover here by Brooklyn.
Wow, what a time for a turnover. Shows you just how key one play can be.
Orlando's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. Here's Aguirre. Outside for Thomas. From the arc, sinks the triple.
Unshakable individual confidence. That is Cam Thomas, big-time bucket.
Now, here's Suggs. Wagner a screen on Schroeder. Suggs passes to Wagner. The rebound by Watford. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's Thomas. Great touch on the 16-footer. And now a 4-point Nets lead.
If ever there was a player who relishes the spotlight, and this moment, it is Cam Thomas, folks.
And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Inside. Aguirre, good. And the Nets lead by 6.
That's a tremendous pass from Schroeder. This guy's such a dependable offensive player.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. Yeah, he begged them, don't give up. He told his guys 1 possession at a time. Let's go out there and do what we talked about. That's how we get back into this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Schroeder comes with the double team. Will it go? Money! And now they trail by just 4.
Love the pass from Suggs. Boy, his court awareness is really impressive.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
36 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
Fourth team foul.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
Here's Suggs. It's hauled in by Claxton. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Team's 5th foul.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Nick Claxton, to me, guys, one of those great energy guys. You know what you can expect from him night after night. Incredible effort defensively, shot blocking, and a vertical threat at the rim on the offensive end.
Caldwell Pope against Schroeder. Pass to Wagner. Howard kicks to Wagner. That 3 off the mark. Aguirre with it. The shot missing. Good D by Howard. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. So they finish out the NBA Cup group round as a 3-1 team.
And whether you're focused on the NBA Cup or the big picture.
That's right, MP. They can't stop you. Good game, MP. That's all your funny game. Yeah, MP. Another day, another win. Good work. We're in this thing so we can get some Italian beef sandwiches.
Shaking MP.
Get ready to light it up tonight.
To a safe and enjoyable sports experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behavior, such as fighting, throwing objects, attempting to enter the court or interrupt play, or using improper.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Brian Anderson, and joining me at the table, Well, when you were a player, Richard, did you enjoy the early part of the season?
Here we go. I loved the early part of the season. All the things that you worked on during the summer, you get to implement them at the start of the season. You get to see who was putting in work. That's the part that makes the game fun.
Now the opening lineup for the Brooklyn Nets. Schroeder and Thomas make up the backcourt. Nicholas Claxton out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Aguirre in at the 3, the small forward. And how about Nick Claxton? You'd be hard-pressed to find a more versatile defender.
He's come so far in that area since he came into the league. He's become an elite defender. There isn't a position on the floor he can't guard. Hope you got some popcorn. When Levine gets up for a slam, Zach knows how to put on a show.
Back to Schroeder. Finney-Smith inside. Shot's good by Schroeder.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
And Giddey has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. It's a three-point game. Shot by Levine, no good. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside Schroeder. Puts up a 3. Oh, he missed it. Making him 1 for 2 now. Pass to White. Here's Buzelis. He buries it from 3.
And he doesn't waste any time at all. Buzelis got the ball and just attacked right away.
Here's Aguirre. Rebound by the Bulls. Coming into this, having knots to win against Boston in their last game.
I found it was an interesting game. Anything they couldn't get from their starters, they got from their reserves.
For a number of reasons, depth seems to become more important every year.
Thomas against Levine. From deep. Cam Thomas, that one's good.
This is the kind of range Thomas has, which is why you must get out on him immediately.
Outside Giddey. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Pass to Levine. Lets the 3 fly. Claxton with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
And Aguirre gets it to go.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
The Bulls have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And that one's good. Giddey.
Yeah, the ever-evolving jump shot of Giddey looking better by the season.
Pass to Claxton. Outside Finney-Smith. Now Schroeder. Here's Thomas. Just 5 to shoot. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Thomas has got 5 now.
Looks like it could be a big night for him. Very strong start here in the first quarter.
Vucevic, a screen on Thomas. Pass to Levine. The three is up. Hits a three-pointer. Give him 8.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Outside Schroeder. Here's Aguirre. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Schroeder's got 3 assists now in this one.
No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Outside Levine. No good on the triple.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to Thomas. Inside. Here's Aguirre. Oh, his shooting remains on point. 3 for 4 thus far.
Nicholas Claxton.
Here's Giddey. He had 16 in the win against Boston.
And we'd be remiss not to mention his incredible rebounding, just a force on the backboards.
Here's Levine for 3. And that's his 4th bucket of the game in 7 attempts.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Aguirre passes to Schroeder. And a missed layup. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Chicago shoot.
MP.
Brooklyn has gone just 1 of 5 so far this quarter from 3. Zach LaVine out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Lonzo Ball. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's White in at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
That's a foul he wanted to avoid, and he definitely doesn't want to pick up his 3rd before the half.
First team foul.
LaVine surveys the D. And here is Vucevic. What a tremendous game he played against Boston. And that one's good. Giddey.
Like, sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
RJ, when you talk about Vucevic, is he the best NBA player ever to come from Switzerland?
There is an argument to be made. He has the most points by any Swiss-born player by far, and the only All-Star game appearances.
Outside Levine. Offline with a 3.
In the first quarter, he was raining down threes. That's not the case here in the second.
Thomas passes to Aguirre. A minute 20 left to play in the second quarter. Just 5 on the clock. He shoots. Schroeder can't get it to go.
That's a decent look for him. He just couldn't convert.
Ball outside. Pass to Levine. 3-pointer. Yes, sir. And it's Ball with the assist that time. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. Schroeder's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Pass to White. Back to Giddey. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
And here's Johnson. To the inside. Here's Aguirre. Soft touch off the glass. Aguirre's got 10 points in the game.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
It's stolen by Johnson. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's the Bulls Up 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Once they gain position underneath the backboard, it's hard to push them out of there.
And even when they don't have position, they have guys who will knife in and
And now it's time to bring up the players. Thanks for tuning in. Now,
and as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
And so in the game for the Nets, Schroeder and Thomas make up the backcourt. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Aguirre in at the 3.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Nick Claxton, despite his relatively slender frame, is a hard-nosed defender. He said, "I bow down to no one. Every time I step on the court, I always have that chip on my shoulder. That's just the fiery competitor that I am. At the end of the day, I know what I'll hang my hat on, the defensive side of the ball." Brian?
Okay, Allie, thanks for that.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
And you played for several different coaches with very different philosophies, Grant. Did you have a favorite system?
Well, you know, B.A., I did. I played 19 years, a number of different coaches, but the 8 seconds or less offense back when I was with the Suns as a player, you want to run, and honestly, it's so much fun getting up and down the court like that.
Floats one, and it's Giddey missing.
Is it possible to rest too much? Because he hasn't been able to get into a groove since coming back in.
And there's the foul. It's on Zach LaVine. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Ah. 90 seconds into the second half now. Here's Aguirre.
Look, he's a mix of long arms and strength. Vooch is able to disrupt just about any play.
White. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Well, Richard, during his 5th year in the NBA, Kobe White had a breakout season.
Doubling his numbers, B.A., averaging around 20 points and 5 assists per game. Kobe's always been a great defensive player, but it's his offensive production that has really improved.
Good on the bucket.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Outside LaVine.
Nets foul. Aguirre. Third personal foul. Second team foul.
Two minutes into the second half of play now. LaVine slams it home.
We see this time and time again from LaVine. He has the ability to put the offense on his shoulders.
And Schroeder has got the ball here for the Nets. Here's Aguirre. That one falls, coming off Schroeder's feed. Schroeder's got his 4th assist with that last one.
In a tight game, they wanted to make sure of that possession.
Outside Giddey. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the dunk by LaVine.
Well, LaVine is fired up tonight and having no trouble finding points for his squad.
Outside Schroeder. Outside Finney-Smith. Pass to Claxton. Back to Finney-Smith. This one for 3. And rebounded by Zach LaVine.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Over the course of his career, LaVine has grown into just an absolute lethal shooter. And the mid-range, that's a huge part of it.
Here's Aguirre. He's got 14. Here's Thomas. Zach LaVine clears it away. LaVine's got 4 rebounds now. And the Nets, one of a handful of franchises to have never won an NBA title, RJ.
I was fortunate to be on those Nets finals teams in 2002 and 2003. The combination of Durant, Harden, and Irving was supposed to end that drought and save this Nets franchise, but it was not to be.
Here's Aguirre. He's covered by Levine. Here's Thomas for three. Hits the trifecta. Thomas has got 5 points now in the quarter.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Outside Giddey. Back to White. On the wing, Levine lets it go. The offensive rebound. And that one's good. Giddey. Giddey's got 9.
Yeah, heads-up play by Giddey, finding that rebound.
Outside Schroeder. Thomas outside, fires the three, and it's cleared by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 5 rebounds in the game. Now here's Levine, tight defense on him. 12 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Off target at the rim. Aguirre passes to Claxton. Here's Thomas for 3. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, both teams. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense.
Change here for Chicago.
Substitution on the court.
Long range from the inbound. Nails it from 3. And the Nets lead by 2.
In constant motion off ball, Thomas finds a soft spot and trusts the ball will find him back.
We've got Kobe White, Zach LaVine out there with Buzelis. Then there's Nikola Vucevic, and it's Giddey in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Oh, in pressure moments, he's a guy you trust to make big shots.
Here's Aguirre. Chicago with a rebound. Levine's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Vucevic. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
Too easy for Vucevic. He feasts from these interior spots.
Schroeder against Vucevic. White with the steal. Down low. Now here's Levine. Another 3 for Chicago.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Here's White. And he can't bank that one in. Nets trail by 6. And here's Schroeder outside. Fires in the triple.
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
You can't question the desire of these teams. It's going to be difficult for either side to get separation.
And Levine, throw it down.
Levine has always seen himself as a top-tier player, and he continues to prove it with his play.
Oh, doing damage above the rim. That was our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Thomas outside to the paint. Here's Aguirre. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
They're going at it on offense. Neither team backing down.
Man, this has been a fun one, but look, who doesn't love a high-scoring game? I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Here's Schroeder. And it's Chicago with a board. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Levine. There's 57 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. Nice open look, but it's no good. Here's Thomas. Cash. And that one brings them within 1.
And talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Levine with it. from behind the arc. Claxton with a rebound. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. 15 foul.
So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. And so both free throws good, and it's a 3-point game.
Wow, doing all he can to give them the edge, pulling their lead out to 3 points.
Let's hear it for all our dancers.
Here's Schroeder. To the middle. Thomas misses. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Cameron Thomas. Second personal foul. Team is
He drops the first one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. 11 seconds left in the fourth. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get. Nice work.